advocate. In a letter to the editor of a gay newspaper, Andy Humm, a key leader of one of America's largest gay youth groups, Advocates for Youth, said no one should be denied basic civil rights because of his or her orientation, whether the person be homosexual, heterosexual, transvestite, transsexual, pedophile, sadist, masochist, asexual, whatever one can imagine. They are in themselves natural variations. 33, Bob Enyart, my homosexual cousin just adopted a baby. Bob Enyart in print at http://www.enyart.com/writings/homoadopt.html. Last visited April 12th, 2002. I just wanted, before I go on, you see how they threw that in there? You know, he threw that in there. Y'all have to recognize there's ways they trying to slither in. It's like they trying to, pretty soon you gonna see LGBTQIAP. Watch. That's how they try to slither in. You know, that's why he named off, no one should be denied basic civil rights because of his or her orientation, whether the person be, and then he lists all the LGBTQ, right? But then they threw in pedophile and sadist and masochist, which is disgusting as well. These are pretty much almost the same thing. Those are like people that like to have pain, you know, pain during sex, you know what I'm saying, they in the pain and stuff like that. And all that stuff is demonic. That stuff is demonic. People playing in poop, that is demonic. Water sports, that shit is demonic. It's waste. It's human waste. It's human waste. Human feces. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just talking about when you have a little accident. No. I'm talking about willfully playing in that. Willfully doing it. So that, all of that stuff is satanic. And then, you know, you'll hear about people getting into it. You'll hear about people getting into that stuff. And then you'll see them doing all kind of humiliation rituals on the bingo app, wearing the lipstick, and then next thing you know, boom, commercial. I'm just saying. Even the alleged birthplace of the modern day homosexual movement, the Stonewall Bar in New York City, was notorious as a place where older homosexuals arranged to meet young boys for sex. Mainstream homosexual conferences commonly feature speeches about intergenerational sex, as it is now called. For example, at one of the nation's largest homosexual gatherings, the annual National Gay Lesbian Task Force Convention featured a workshop at its 2001 confab entitled "Your Eyes Say Yes, but the Law Says No," which included a speech by an S&M activist about laws affecting intergenerational sex. The convention also featured another workshop entitled Drag 101, How to Turn Kids in Makeup into Kings and Queens. A book exposing the boy prostitution world. For Money or Love, A Boy Prostitution in America reveals that boys are selling themselves not only in the cities of New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Chicago. One moment. I'm sorry. I'm going to restart that over. A book exposing the boy prostitution world for money or love. Boy prostitution in America reveals that boys are selling themselves not only in the cities of New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Chicago, Baltimore, and New Orleans, but also in smaller towns across the country. In street jargon, the boys are known as chickens, and their customers are known as chicken hawks. 4242 Robin Lloyd for money or love. Boy prostitution in America. Hold on, let me show. Sorry, I, Savage, have to chime in and say I have never heard of this chickens and customers being called chicken hawks. This is some gay white people stuff. I'm not shying from the fact that there are some blacks who participate in these acts as well, but these are usually the black people trying to be white, meaning they are not connected with black culture. They only date white men and they look down on their own race. The average black gay person will read this information and be shocked, just like I was when I first read it. That is why I be saying that I feel some gay black men get too caught up in their feelings when they hear gay agenda. There is a gay agenda dealing with pedophilia and gender that is being pushed predominantly by these white elite gay organizations on kids. A lot of gay black men do not have the money or the backing to do what these white trans and gay men are doing in the dark. Most gay black men with influence that are connected to black culture are not into pedophilia. I am just trying to get the black gay community to see how pedophiles are basically using the community. Pretty soon it's going to be LGBTQIA P for pedophile, or they will come up with some slick new name like intergenerational. So then it could be LGBTQIA with two I's now. I know that I'm not down with pedophilia and I'm not down with the gender change at all, but I do think people should wait until the age of 18. At 18, you are an adult. You can do what you want. Still not in charge of judgment. That's on you. But 18 and under, it's a no for me, dog. I'm saying it is hard to find dudes my own age. 35. I have even given you a story about a dude named M, Pisces, that I was trying to deal with, but the brother just didn't want to grow up and settle down. So when this article says the following, research on the homosexual lifestyle confirms it is almost exclusively a youth-oriented culture. 17. Very few gays exhibit a preference for older men. Some admit to a focus on teenage boys, some on prepubescent boys, and many cross over between categories. Baby, where's the lie? This is a hot topic that is talked about. It's known that some successful older gay black men will only date a younger gay man. Now that is their choice and prerogative. I just don't like how some guys who choose to date younger guys will bash other men that is their age. These dudes be wanting to control people. It's like, duh, ninja, you're old too. So what do you think this young dude think about your old ass, dummy? This topic is even talked about on Bingo. Certain people are literally known for grooming and dating minors. There's always rumors about some host on the app or some dude in the ballroom scene being a pedophile. They call each other out for having HIV or being a pedophile, which is weird because it's like, well, both of you have HIV and you both are groomers. One of you even gave HIV to an underage child. We can act like this doesn't go on, but we all know it does go on, even in the ballroom scene. So yeah. That's just crazy. That is just crazy. Like I said, I'm telling you, this is a lot of the stuff that goes on. Your average black gay person is not down with it. Like it's like, no, we not down with that. So, Family Research Institute founder and psychologist Paul Cameron, reviewing more than 19 different academic reports and peer-reviewed studies in a 1985 Psychological Reports article, found that homosexuals account for between 25% and 40% of all child molestation. Sex researchers Freund, Heisman, Rakansky, and Glancy, for example, in a 1984 Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy article, put the number at 36%. Erickson, Walbeck, Selly, in a 1988 Archives of Sexual Behavior article, places it at 86% when the children being molested are male. 47. However, it should be noted that homosexuals account for only 2% of the population, which statistically means that a child molester is 10 to 20 times more likely to be homosexual than heterosexual. In other words, heterosexual molestations proportionally are a fraction compared to homosexual molestations. More recent studies confirm this statistic. In 2000, the Archives of Sexual Behavior published an article by 7 sex researchers concluding that around 25% to 40% of men attracted to children prefer boys. Thus, the rate of homosexual attraction is 6 to 20 times higher among pedophiles. Savage. Sorry to chime in again, but LGBTQIA percentage is now at 7.1% according to a study done recently, 2022-2023. This means if the other percentages probably have increased as well. You can find the info here, https://news.gallup.com/poll/33252/percentage-americans-lgbt.aspx. And I'm going to show. I'm sure what I'm going to read next too. So I'm about to read to you. Sexual violence expert and professor of psychiatry Eugene Abel, in a 1987 study published by the Journal of Interpersonal Violence, concluded that homosexuals sexually molest young boys with an incidence that is 5 times greater than the molestation of girls. 49. In a 1992 study published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy, sex researchers K. Freud and R.I. Watson found that homosexual males are 3 times more likely than straight men to get engaged in pedophilia, and that the average pedophile victimizes between 20 and 150 boys before being arrested. 50. Other data has come to the forefront confirming that sex with young boys is a way of life for many homosexuals. In 1993, the United States Army Office of Judge Advocate issued a study that analyzed 102 court-martial convictions having to do with soldiers involved in homosexual acts over a 4-year period. The study found that in 47% of the cases, homosexual men victimized a youth. 51. A content analysis of molestation stories by the Family Research Institute involving 5 major newspapers around 51. A content analysis of molestation stories by the Family Research Institute involving 5 major newspapers found around 40% involved homosexuals. A study by sex researchers, I have this in parentheses, I have this in bold, red, and underlined. A study by sex researchers, Alan Bell and Martin Weinberg, found that 25% of white gay men have had sex with boys 16 years and younger. 52. The Family Research Institute conducted a similar study and found that 11 times more gays than exclusively heterosexual men reported sex with a man while they were under the age of 13. 53. A study by homosexual activists and researchers Jay and Young revealed that 73% of homosexuals surveyed had sex with boys 16 to 19 years of age or younger. This is deep, man. It's deep. And I'm not shying away, like I said, I'm not shying away that this does happen, in the black community too, but it's facts here. This is a fact. We not the majority in the gay community because we not the majority in the country. So, ding, ding, ding. Well, what do we have for them, Johnny? I told y'all, a study by sex researchers Alan Bell and Martin Weinberg found that 25% of white gay men have had sex with boys 16 years and younger. Now, like I said, I am not denying that there are some gay black men that are into pedophilia, but for the most part, it's a no, dog. I'm not denying that there are some older gay men that are in their 40s and 50s, but will date or have sex with a 20-something-year-old, which is still crazy to me, but at least the person is legal. At least the young person is legal. As for myself, because I know people are wondering, I have always followed the 10-year rule for guys that are younger than me. I'm 35, so I would not date under 25. If a man is 25 to 30, I probably won't take him as serious as I would 30 and up. And like I said, the Scorpio that I dated, he was 21, and that didn't even last a month. So, because I had already knew, no. I normally don't go past 5 years unless he is really in shape with a more laid-back mentality. My senior, because I'm not trying to be with no man that thinks he is my daddy, has always been my way of thinking when it came to older men. Also, I had to get away from taking care of dudes. I'm not buying you J's and supplying your weed. Those days are over. I've never been wined and dined. Then again, I have never been in a relationship for over a year. It was always me doing it for some bum ninja that wanted to be called daddy in the bedroom but couldn't even afford to take us out to dinner. I would always say they want to be daddy in the bedroom but my son out in public. There are a lot of gold diggers, especially in ATL, posing like they got it all together but trying to get a person to send them $500. You can literally see the thirst in some of these men's eyes. As far as this pedophilia trying to relate it to homosexuality, look at what is being said by these gay elite people. Most of them are white. The liberation of pedophilia must be viewed as a gay issue, and that ages of consent should therefore be abolished. By acknowledging the affinity between homosexuality and pedophilia, the COC has quite possible made it easier for homosexual adults to become more sensitive to the erotic desires of younger members of their sex, thereby broadening gay identity. That's a quote. Come on, black gay people. Come on. Wake up. Do you agree with this? I mean, damn if you mad at me for, forget all of that. Do you agree with this? Savage again, just wanted to say a quick hail to the nah, talking about the liberation of pedophilia must be viewed as a gay issue. Again, this is from Savage, and I don't give a damn who don't like my delivery, but hail to the nah. Y'all need to pump your brakes on this. You Hester Chesters are on your own. Get somebody else to do it, because I'm not down with that bullshit. This is why these white couples be wanting black babies. They don't want to they don't want to experiment on their kind. They do it to us. Look at Charlize Theron and what she did and is doing to her black son, who was 3 at the time. 3-year-olds are not mentally capable of choosing a gender. That's bullshit. Yes, I said it, and I don't give a damn who gets mad. And if she gets mad, fuck her. In a study on male rape published by the American Journal of Psychiatry, it was found that 6% of rape. She ain't gonna say nothing though, because if she ain't heard the past videos, she don't know. She'd get cussed the fuck out for real. If she ever see this and come across this and feel like she want to say something, Charlize Theron, I will cuss you the fuck out. I'm just saying. And I do want to take the time to apologize about calling Zaya Wade a bitch. I didn't mean it like, you bitch. I didn't mean it like that. Just, I was talking, but she's still a child. I meant what I said. But I do apologize about calling her a bitch, because she's a child. You know what I'm saying? She ain't over the 18. But I meant it in a way as if I was talking to a friend, or not even a friend, but like if I was just talking to somebody, not in a, like I'm about to fight you type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I really don't care. These are celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she's going to have the best everything. She's going to have the best doctors. She's going to have the best care. But I do think about her mental health. Because there's records of this. People getting older, realizing that they made a mistake. Like I said, I've always been always been a fan of Gabby. And I ain't never really, got into sports or nothing like that. D-Wade, that's him. But I never thought he was ugly till I seen that fingernail polish. Oh, baby, you ugly now. I don't even know how she sleep with that. Hey, whatever. That's none of my business. It's none of my business. I don't even care. But I do apologize to Zaya about calling her a bitch. But I meant everything that I said in regards to, if later on down the line, if she was to come out and say I made it, I don't want to hear this. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she sees the stuff that's being said. I'm sure she sees it. And baby, I'm sure, to people who want to get mad at me for calling her a bitch, I'm sure she's been called much worse. Not to excuse my behavior, but I'm sure she's been called much worse. Probably even by better. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. But I don't agree. Who she feels is better. By who she feels is better. But, yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this gender stuff being pushed on children. I think that you should have to wait to 18, to be able to do that. Getting top surgery and all of this. Just all you need is your parents' consent. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. I don't agree with none of this stuff that, that's going on. You know what I'm saying? I just know, like, damn, we went from wanting gay marriage, which is, like I said, I never seen myself, get married to nobody. But, like, that could change, I mean, whatever. But now it's like it went from that to all this other stuff, trying to tell people how to talk and, and that's not natural. That shit. It's like, like, recognize that we have had a privilege, but let's not abuse it. Let's not abuse that privilege, And like I said, I know I say a lot. If you don't like it, you can go kick rocks. I don't care. This is how I talk. You want to get mad at somebody? Get mad at my dad, because that's where I get it from. All my brothers and sisters say this too. That's how we all talk, because that's how my dad talk. you know. So I gotta be honest. I'm sorry, but I don't agree with the pedophilia. I don't agree with the gender agenda being pushed on children. And I'm just asking my people, black gay people, just to hear this information out. And I'm going to try. I'm sorry if I'm not the best reader. I'm sorry if I'm not the best reader. I might stumble over my words. Sometimes, like I said, you don't know when this video is being filmed. Sometimes I'll be up 3 in the morning, working on my stuff, editing my stuff, and I'll film, and there's no excuse, but I'm not being paid to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's just, so it's like, I'm not being paid. It's just me being concerned. I made an agreement with the Most High to do something, to put this out. And I'm holding up my end of the agreement. We see what happened, the last time we didn't. So yeah, I ain't about to be in no belly of the whale. I'm just playing.